What's up guys, Jonny May here and welcome to this week's quick tip where I'm going to teach you 3 major 7 chords, C major 7, F major 7, and B flat major 7. But even cooler, I'm going to teach you how to play it in the R&B style. Check out this cool groove you're going to learn in today's lesson. Now this lesson comes from my full-length course, Major 7th Chords Theory and Application, where I teach you all 12 of your major 7th chords, and we play them in some really fun styles like R&B, soul, smooth jazz, and rock and roll. So if you want to learn some R&B, let's get started. Alright, you're doing a great job so far in this course, and so far you've learned the C major 7 chord. And what we're going to do next, guys, is we're going to learn the next 2 major 7th chords, the F major 7 and the B flat major 7, okay? And what we're going to do, guys, in the course is we're going to work through all these chords in sets of 3. So we're going to start with C major 7, and then we're going to work our way counterclockwise around the circle of fifths. So if you know the circle of fifths, starting from C, if you go counterclockwise, we're going to start adding flats to the keys. So the next key in the circle of fifths is the key of F major, okay? Which has 1 flat, B flat, okay? So we're going to learn the F major 7th chord, and then we're going to proceed to the next key on the circle of fifths. We're going counterclockwise, which is B flat major, which has 2 flats, B flat and E flat. And this is kind of the way that jazz musicians like to progress through keys. Jazz musicians really like the left side of the circle of fifths going through the flat keys. So this is kind of the way we're going to approach it, but eventually we're going to make our way around and get to those sharp keys as well. Alright guys, let's start with the F major 7 chord. How do you build an F major 7? Well, just like this, guys. It's an F major triad on the bottom, F, A, C, and then we're going to add an E to it. Okay, that's the major 7. And then same thing the right hand, F, A, C, and we're going to add the E to it. Now it really helps to know the major chord, okay? If you don't know your F major chord, you can check out our key course on the key of F and our Foundations roadmap, but this is the F major. And then if you want to figure out the 7th, remember we talked about the various ways that you could figure out the 7th. You can start with the F major scale. That's the 7th of the scale, it's an E, okay? You can also use intervals, major 3rd, minor 3rd, major 3rd, or you can use that little trick where you take an F major chord and you look for the note just below it, 1/2 step below, and that's an E, okay? So that E is the major 7, and we do the same thing up here. Now you may notice this is a plateau shape, meaning they're all white notes. So this shares a very similar shape to C major, which you learned before. They're all white notes, and they're all 1/3 apart. So F major is fairly easy to remember. What about our next major 7th chord? Well, if you work counterclockwise along the circle of fifths, it's a B flat major 7, okay? So here's a B flat major 7 chord, okay? It's a B flat major triad on the bottom, B flat, D, F, thumb on the A in the right hand, B flat, D, F, and A. And then you do the same thing, guys. You look for that major chord, you can add the 7th to it. It's a 1/2 step below the root, okay? It's also a major 3rd interval above the F, okay? So there's various ways that you can figure this out. And of course, you can use the B flat major scale. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 3, 5, and 7, which comes from the major scale. And you can look at the shape. This is a down slope kind of a shape starting, and then it has a plateau shape up at the top. Also keep in mind, make sure to use the fingering that I'm showing you guys, okay? This is the best fingering, so just kind of pay attention to the fingering that I'm using. But guys, these are the next 2 major 7th chords, F major 7 and B flat major 7, and this is 3 of your 12 major 7 chords. So we're kind of making our way here through all the keys, but again, this is very important. If you want to play jazz music, you want to improvise, you really need to know your major 7th chords. So what we're going to do now, guys, is we're going to take these 3 chords and we're going to play a little song. We're going to have some fun with it, because what's the point of learning theory unless you can apply it and you can have fun? So that's why this course is all about theory and application, because we're going to make some music with it. Hey, I hope you guys are enjoying the lesson so far, and I just wanted to real quick let you guys know that if you're enjoying this course, at the end of this lesson, I'm going to give you a quick summary what's inside the full-length course, and you guys are really going to love this. And also, by the way, the backing track, which you're going to be hearing in this lesson, is downloadable for all of our members at Piano with Jonny. So just want to let you guys know that. Let's go ahead and hop back into the lesson. So before I teach you this melody, I want to go over the chords again, and then what we're going to do is we're going to play with this backing track. So be sure, if you're a member here at pianowithjonny.com, be sure to download the backing track because it is so much fun to play with the band. You guys are going to love playing in this R&B style. Okay guys, once more, let's play these 3 major 7th chords. We have C major 7, and go ahead and play it in both hands. The next major 7th chord we learned is an F major 7. It's going to be that plateau shape. Okay, and then the B flat major 7 down here. These are the 3 chords that we're going to be using in this tune. All right. So if you guys need to pause the video, you can pause the video. Make sure you can play these 3 chords. Let's go ahead and look at this tune. This is called Always on My Mind. It's a fun little melody that I wrote and works really well in the R&B style. Check out this little melody. You guys hear that? I'm sort of playing with the rhythm on the melody, but you guys get the idea. It kind of has an R&B kind of a sound to it. Okay, let's start with actually the chords in the left hand and make sure these are rock solid. First chord is C major 7. Okay, that's it. C major 7. You learn this chord at the beginning of the course. Second chord is a B flat major 7, B flat, D, F, and A. You could think of this as a chord built on the 7th in the key of C. Okay, so if you had a C scale, the 7th is a B. It's actually a flat 7, so you could think of this as a chord built on the flat 7 of the key of C. Okay. Next, we're going to go to an F major 7 chord. We actually have this all written here: F MAJ 7, C MAJ 7, B flat MAJ 7. So all the chords are listed here for you guys. F major 7 is there, and then back to C major 7. By the way, guys, the lesson sheet music, which you're seeing here, is downloadable and printable for all of our members here at pianowithjonny.com. And we have the smart sheet music as well, which allows you to change the key. So you can actually change the key of this entire lesson sheet. You can slow it down. You can loop sections. It's very, very powerful. So if you're a member at pianowithjonny.com, I highly encourage you to check those out as well with the lesson. All right, guys, so once more on the chords: C major 7, B flat major 7, F major 7, and C. Fairly simple. Let's look at the melody. Bum, 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 bum. It's a simple melody. Da, da, dum, 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 dum. 2, 3, 4. Basically starting up here on the high E, basically walking down, twice on the E, D, C, D, and then we walk up, D, E, and then F, F, E, D, E. Very, very simple. Okay, let's play the rhythm together. Go ahead and play with me. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. That's your basic melody, all right? Now you can have some fun with it. You can change the rhythm. You can go bum, bum, ba, ba, kind of make it groovy. Ba, da, da, dum, ba, ba, ba. That's pretty cool. You can do like this. Ba, ba, da, da, whatever rhythm you want. I actually want to encourage you to change the rhythm because, guys, these lessons in jazz that you're watching at Piano with Jonny are largely about improvisation, and improv is about changing it and kind of playing it the way you feel it, so you can change up that melody. All right, let's put the melody and chords together, and then we're going to play with the backing track, and then I'm going to show you some inversions to make it sound really nice, okay? Here we go, guys. Let's play both hands together. Here's the first part. B flat major 7. You guys see that? And then the walk up. That lines up there. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then C major 7 will be there. Okay? Pretty basic melody. Now you want to get this up to speed. I would start slow. Ta, ta, ta. Ta, ta, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. But a good tempo on this, I marked 95, is about here. kind of a nice target tempo is about here. So if you can play it here, you're doing a really nice job. Now, before we play with the track, I want to talk about groove here, because you learn the chords, you learn the melody, but how do you groove on this? Well, there's a lot of ways you can groove, and I want to give you a few ideas here, but you kind of choose the one you like. The first way is just hold the chords. Okay, not much of a groove there, but I suppose you could call that a groove. Another thing you could do is play the chords every 2 beats. See what I'm doing? 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. That's really nice. How about quarter notes? Let's play on every beat. Check it out. 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. That's pretty cool. And then if you want to take it up another level, you can syncopate it. Check out this rhythm. What I'm doing in the left hand here is I'm just popping in between the beat, 1, 2, and 3, 4, 1, and 2, and 3, 4. I'm playing on the and of beat 2, 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3. And that really makes it sound kind of cool. And then you can also put the chord on beat 4, 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. So that's actually a really fun rhythm. When you get it up to tempo, it sounds really nice. I'll do it medium, and then we'll try it with the backing track. Okay, here we go, guys. 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 2, and 4. That sounds pretty cool. All right. So I'm going to let you choose the rhythm that you want. Of course, you can play with it. Do your own rhythm. You don't have to do one of the rhythms that I taught you, but I do want to play this with the backing track because it is really, really fun. Okay, guys? I'll let you pick the groove you want. You can hold the left hand, you can do the half notes, or you can do the quarter notes, or the syncopated groove. All right, here we go. The B flat up to F. Sounds cool. How about half notes? How about quarter notes? Let's try it. How about that syncopated groove? 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I'm having a little bit of fun here, but you can also improvise on all of these chord progressions. A lot of my students will ask me, Johnny, what scale can I use to improvise? And one of the coolest scales that sort of works over anything. All right, guys, this concludes this week's quick tip. Did you enjoy the lesson? If you did, please give it a thumbs up and be sure to hit the subscribe button. And if you enjoyed this lesson, I want to give you a quick summary of what's inside the full-length course. And in lesson number 1, guys, we're going to start off with the basics. And I'm going to teach you what a major 7th chord is, where you can take a major triad and add a 7th to it. And I'm going to teach you 4 approaches for how to find these 7th chords. There's some very simple approaches. One approach is to use the scale, where you build thirds. Another approach is to use intervals, where you look at the distance between the 2 notes. We can also use a little trick where we find the 7th by looking a half step below the root. So I'm going to teach you these 4 methods, and then the 4th method is looking at the chord shape, and I'm going to talk about the various shapes that will help you remember the chords. And then we're also going to talk about chord symbols, because when you read a major 7th chord, a lot of different composers will write them in different ways. So I'm going to teach you the 4 ways that you're going to most commonly see these chords. In lesson number 2, I'm going to teach you 3 major 7th chords. You're going to learn C major 7, F major 7, and B flat major 7, and then we're going to apply these chords with an original tune called Always on My Mind in an R&B style. Check out what this sounds like. We're also going to talk a little bit about inversions and how to take your major 7th chords and play these beautiful cluster chords. And I'm going to share this concept called common tones in order to find the closest major 7th chord. In lesson number 3, I'm going to teach you 3 more of our major 7th chords. You're going to learn E flat major 7, A flat major 7, and D flat major 7, and then we're going to apply it to a tune. This is called Somebody Like You, and this is in a kind of a 1960s rock and roll style. Check out what this sounds like. In lesson number 4, you're going to learn 3 more major 7th chords. You're going to learn G flat major, B flat major, and E flat major 7, and then we're going to apply these chords with another original tune called Going Somewhere. This is in a soul style and it's super fun to play. Check it out. Finally, in lesson number 5, you're going to learn our last 3 major 7th chords. You're going to learn A major 7, D major 7, and G major 7, and then we're going to apply these to an original tune called Auburn Skies. This is in a smooth jazz style. Check out what this sounds like. So that's what's inside the full-length course, and I'll put a link below to that at pianowithjohnny.com. And of course, be sure to check out our membership at Piano with Johnny, where you can access hundreds and hundreds of lessons in all playing styles. We have lessons in jazz, blues, improvisation, theory, technique, just a ton of styles, sheet music. We do live events for our members. We do a monthly live Q&A, a live workshop lessons where the students can interact with me live. We do weekly challenges for the members. We have ear training exercises. We just have an amazing platform. So be sure to check that out. And thanks so much for watching this week's Quick Tip.